It's probably the biggest thing we've learned about parenting. We've talked quite often that, our 3 older biological kids really got the short end of the stick from a parenting perspective, right? Because
we weren't trained.
we weren't trained parents at that point. That when they were growing up and they had some kind of emotion, we would get angry about the emotion, right? They would get in trouble about the emotion. They didn't even necessarily have a bad behavior. It was the fact that they were even having the emotion that they would get in trouble for, right? So our older biological kids, if they got angry, they would get in trouble for getting angry, right? Not necessarily because they did anything even with the anger, but just the fact that they got angry, they would get in trouble. And with our adopted kid, that's not the case. She can get angry and we're like, got it? You're angry? Okay, I get angry, fine. I'll tell you what, why don't you just go over there in your room and be angry for a few minutes, and then when you calm down, we can talk about it, and we can talk about why you're angry. And we do that quite routinely now where, again, she doesn't necessarily have behavior other than she's reacting to an emotion, and we're perfectly fine with the fact that she has the emotion, which was, again, not the case with our biological kids. And our biological kids have commented on it. They're like, she gets away with being angry. I mean, I couldn't get away with being angry. And it's like, yeah, but you've been angry. So, it's something we all, feel. And that's been a big difference for us, right?
Yeah. It begs the question, why on earth did we not have training to be parents to our biological kids? Because there's so many ways of dealing with emotions and big feelings and with consequences that are we've had to learn and get smarter about, that we could have used with our biological kids. That would have been so great, but we're better parents now.
Yeah. I would just say as well, just what we've learned from her, and having to parent her different in terms of understanding feelings and just sort of accepting the fact that, hey, she's going to just lay on the floor and freak out here for about 30 minutes, and there's nothing we're going to do to change that, right? So putting her in a timeout or a time in nothing's going to solve that, right? So just let her have her 30 minutes and then calm herself down, and then we can sit down and talk about what's causing this feeling that is actually causing the behavior. And with that, what I'd say is we have learned as a family that we talk about our feelings with one another way more. Well, we probably didn't talk about our feelings with one another.
We probably didn't talk about our feelings before.
Before we had our adopted kid. And now we talk about them all the time. And in fact, sometimes we're having a conversation, even with our older biological kids, and we'll be like, okay, hold on. We're just like talking about the facts. Let's stop and actually talk about why we're having these feelings about this. And the kids will look at us like, what has happened to you two? But it's definitely made us better parents. It's made our kids better siblings with one another.
A lot of that has come through Amira's therapy, which is also through Christian Family Care.
Yeah, we learned that from her. I mean,
we're learning
she's not learning
that
from us. We learned that from her.
Yeah.